Hey guys, sorry for the traveling of different, going back and forth with different platforms. Um, I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be easy to to go live on Twitch. I mean, I did it on my phone. I'm sure you definitely need like a fancy app um, on the computer to stream on Twitch. But I know about some people that do it on their phones, so I was like, okay, I will do it on mine. Um, I guess, I don't know, maybe I need a specific, I don't know, tool, program. Oh my. Like, too much, guys, too much, like too much. I'm going to stay on YouTube. I tried, and I do appreciate all the people that you did make an account on Twitch, even though you have no idea what that is about. But I thought that it was supposed to be easier. Um, but no. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we're all in the Pisces era. We're all looking like we're all like seeing beautiful, beautiful colors, bright colors, dreamy colors. I actually the person that does the earrings that I usually wear, I have a pair that she sent me with this. That are like they look like seahorses. I'm going to show it to you on Saturday. They're all very Pisces like, and she sent it to me. She is a woman that she lives in the south side of my country. So in there's a lot of like people that do craft, or they do like, they make the jewelry themselves. And also they are part of the aborigine or the indigenous side of our country. So they usually do these very like large earrings, it's all very like um, very much influenced on that. And she often sent them to me as a gift. So yeah, I wanted to wear them. I love it because I know that she does it herself. Um, she's very talented. But I love her vibe. Like I love it. It's a mix of, you have like the sort of like the, I don't know, the the I would say like the hippies kind of earrings and necklaces, but then you have the other ones that are more like for the indigenous side. Hey, Natasha. Oh, thank you, Hope. Yeah, yeah, please. Because I did click. Did you see me live? Did you get? Because I know that you were there, Hope. I saw your name, but I believe I was live. I believe it was on, but nothing appeared. And what was most strange is that it said that the live stream was without connection, that it didn't have a connection, that the connection wasn't available. So, but it was like on, because there's like a green light in the corner of the screen and it was on. So maybe I was. Um, but it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. Because in here in YouTube you have, the little the little sign that says that you are live. And in there I didn't see it. Oh, oh, wow. No, I guess I have to take some classes. I'm going to have to educate myself of another thing. Like again, lately I have been feeling very old, guys, because like there's always something new when it comes to platforms, when it comes to, um, you know, different digital wallets and all those things that I have to learn to sort of navigate this. Tasca, I'm going to put you like moderator so I can see you because your name doesn't have like the blue color. So I'm going to put you so I can like recognize you among the others. It's not like we have a lot of people, but just in case, so I can be like, oh yeah, these are the people of my community, and then there's the others. And talking about, we were talking about Aboriginals people, and I was doing a very brief course uh, of sort of seeing like the Aborigines, like all the indigenous side of women and circle of women and all of that. That is very beautiful. And I got this tarot deck. That is the tarot deck that they use in this sort of workshop. And this tarot deck is rounded and it's called Motherpeace. I don't know if there's an English version. I'm sure that there is because actually my teacher, she said she did a sort of like a course. She took some lessons and she got a sort of like degree with someone from the US, from the United States, and that woman was white. So, so I was a bit like, really, you took like you know an indigenous kind of you know background with a white person, like like I don't want to be that person, I don't want to get it, but I'm like, really. But well, um it can be, I don't know, she said it was great, so I believe her. But yeah. Okay. You have the mother piece. Biggie Nobles. Yeah, Biggie Nobles. I don't know. This one that I got possibly is not the original one because it was cheaper than the other ones. But she told me like buy this because it was available. The other ones that I wanted, they were from other places, um, so it was going to take longer to get here, and I'm still taking the classes, so I need the deck with me. So I was like, okay, send me the link of the one that you have, like the closest. Oh, really? Oh, you have it? Oh, I love it. I love it. This one is in Spanish. It says daughter, and it says spades. Yeah, you go, Hope. Go and do what you have to do. This will be recorded. You go. But yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this from a feminine perspective. I'm loving this. I'm so attached to the deck already. Yeah. This is the shaman. That I believe that there's like, then instead of saying knights and pages, we have the daughters. In here we have the shaman. The shaman, that maybe the shaman could be like, it could be like a king or a knight. But the illustration, guys, the illustrations, I so is so powerful, so powerful. Look, the magician in here, it's like, it's not the magician, it would be like the witch or the sorcerer. I don't know how to say it in English, guys. The sorcerer. Yes, it's so powerful. It's so powerful, Marushka. You should, because it's supposed to help you like connect with the feminine side and also to connect with the energy of the elements. So this is why the colors are so bright, are so full of life. Actually, when and this is something that honestly, guys, like, I how I differentiate my relationship, at least with the decks that I get, is that I do get, not always, actually, not always. When I receive a deck, of course that I'm excited because I'm like, oh, I want to see it, I want to, but usually when I grab it, when I touch it, there are some decks that actually I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. I use them a bit, I look, I shuffle a bit, and I can use them every once in a while, but I don't feel the energy coming from the deck. The only deck that I felt the energy was the vice versa, that is my favorite, the one that doesn't have a back. The Toss Tarot, the Toss, the original Toss. That one I felt the energy as soon as I touch it, and with this one I feel the same. I feel a bit of electricity when I touch it. So, and I was a bit hesitant because I had a circle deck once, and it was so hard for me to shuffle. Actually, I just didn't like the way it felt when I shuffled. Actually, it's, I still have to adjust my hand to it not rolling over. See, I still have to adjust my posture to this kind of shuffle. But this feels, I don't know if it's it's not the shape, it's the size maybe. I feel like, yeah, it is a bit slippery because it's glossy, but I mean, I feel like with the good use, I can get used to this. Actually, it's not uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable. But I like that it's circle cards. Yes, yes. The illustration, the illustration is like, look, this is the card of a wand. That I believe that shaman, because in here it doesn't say kings. I believe that shaman is like a king, and this would be like the king of wands. Look at this. I don't know why when I saw it, I thought about an emperor. I reminded me of an emperor. But all the ones that the cards that are ones, they are very reddish, very, there's, for example, some that I cannot show to the camera because there's naked people and there's people showing their parts, their private parts. The Empress, she is not that naked. Look at the Empress. I don't know why I think about Cleopatra or something like that when I see the Empress. The Wheel of Fortune. But yeah, when it comes to the strengths, they have naked people. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a bit weird. It's the Hierophant. It has, oh, look at the high, no, it says high priestess in Spanish, but it says priestess in Spanish, but I believe it's like a page of swords. Or I don't know if a queen, maybe a priestess in this deck. That's why, you know, guys, I'm starting the classes. I haven't really studied it much. We are still in the process of sort of consecrating the tarot deck and finding the right space to do this. You know, it's always slow. It's a slow process of learning. We still haven't like go in deepness into the symbolism, but I don't know. This would be like, I don't know if it's like a page or a queen of swords, priestess. Yeah, it looks very. Yeah, it looks very. Look at the Four of Swords, even though the person is naked, but look at the Four of Swords. The person is like seated in this sort of inside this I don't know why I cannot say the word in English. I know it's I want to say it in Spanish. I want to say pyramide, but is pyramid the way you say it in English? And you have the four swords. And in here, and if you can notice, there's like the whole chakras, all the chakras in a line. And this is a great representation because the person is sitting here, sort of taking a moment, taking a time off inside this place, not to be bothered, but they are trying to align their chakras. So, you know, sometimes when I think about the Four of Swords and I say like, oh, this is like the hiatus card. And of course that the hiatus for a fan or seeing their artist going to hiatus, like actually it means bad news. You get a bit anxious because you're like, oh my God, they're going away and there's like probably we will not hear what's going on with them, you know. But sometimes the Four of Swords, that is like taking a break and stepping away from the public or from the media, from using social media, from people following you around and making a documentary of every step you take. Sometimes that's what you need to align with your own self, that quietness. That's why you need that quietness, that alone time, that moment of like, okay, I'm going to disconnect. I'm not here. I'm putting the swords down. I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to communicate. I'm just here focusing on resting and just not saying much. Not to explain myself, not to defend myself. I'm just here inside this sort of cave of the Four of Swords. The cave, the silence, because it's swords, the silence, the non-communication is my protection. Is the moment where I'm focusing on me, disconnecting. So sometimes hiatus is good for some people. Oh, thank you, Pyramid. Pyramid, thank you. Thank you, Hope. I don't know why. I don't know why. I forgot. I wanted to say it. I was like, why? What is going on? Why can't I say the word if I know how I know it's pyramid. Oh my. Sometimes my English escapes. But this is because I get excited when I see something so beautiful like this. And I want to talk about it, and I talk too fast, and I don't know. Sometimes I forget a few words. Yeah, like look at the tower. Like everyone is naked, but look at the tower. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like definitely you have to stop and look at the picture because it's powerful. It's powerful. Definitely, I feel like this deck is powerful. It has a lot of ancient knowledge, I would say, but also it's like this is why sometimes I think that the tarot is so powerful because like every color, every shape, like every style, everything about the tarot deck just has so much information if you stop and observe and try to connect. That's why I'm not that fan of oracles, because for me the oracle, it makes it easier, and yeah, it's okay if you want to add information, but sometimes one single tarot card can give you the exact information. For me, I believe that the oracle sometimes with their keywords and like it just it makes, I don't know, it feels like because it says a keyword, it's like it's already giving you a hint, and it's like you see the keyword and it distracts you from looking at the whole picture or looking at um, at the whole panorama of a card, because the tarot deck, the tarot, it's the Rider White or the Marseille, they are like the images that they have, they are built like this because there's a reason. But there's something, because for me oracles, there are some that are really good, some that are really interesting, but then there are some that, especially the ones that have pictures of people or just some random drawings, that I'm like, this was written by someone that yeah, they wanted to add a specific word in there and just throw it in the deck, in that deck, and I don't know. I find it like it's not, like, for me there's something missing. For me there's something missing. Actually, I have oracles that I'm using right now. I'm using now because I have the channel and I use them with you guys, because otherwise they will be sleeping. Because yeah, the pictures are cool, the drawings are nice, but for me, the it sounds like it's, I don't know, it's too like materialistic, I would say, like it's too simple. um I don't know, for example, you know that my favorite is this one, is the Radiant Sun. But why? Because the Radiant Sun has like real astrological placements. So it's not just like, oh look, this is a garden that is in order. No, it also talks about what it's like to have a moon in Virgo card. So it invites you to expand on what is here. So for me, that's what I want in an oracle, if I ever need an oracle. For example, this Sun in Gemini, versatility. you know. And if you stop to look at it, this definitely shows you that this is a placement that talks about the sun, because everything about it is very bright. Um, but yeah, definitely. I think that for me, and this is why this deck, I don't remember exactly how many cards it has. I believe it's more than 40 cards. This oracle it has a lot of cards. I believe it had like 60. I believe it had like 60. So for me, it's my favorite. For me, it's my favorite. I usually regret very much buying buying certain oracles that have like 30, 40 cards. I regret so much buying those because I feel like I wasted my money. I actually I feel like I did. Like yeah, like oh no guys. This is why I'm like, you can do it with just a tarot deck. You just use the tarot deck and that's it. Yeah, it's like when a teacher gives you the answer right away versus when they let you think and find the answer for yourself, and you might find extra info that way. Exactly. Exactly. That's the feeling that I get. That's the feeling that I get. That's the feeling of like, it's too easy. And actually I was like, oh, I'm so glad that I am not in the TikTok, I would say the TikTok circus, because it's a circus. At this point, it's like a circus, guys. It's horrible what some people are talking about or are discussing. When they make those videos, because I do follow a tarot reader that she's great. She's also from Argentina. She's Argentinian, and she does TikTok lives like almost every day. She pulled cards on her live. She gets paid for pulling the cards, reading for the people in the comment section. And she had been experiencing today. She had a sort of burnout, where she lash out at people because, people just ask very random. Not only people enter the chat, they don't even say hello. They just want the answer. They ask you very stupid questions about if they're pregnant, about health issues. That you're like, really, you're going to ask the tarot about that? Like please, like if you have some kind of, health issue, go to see a doctor. Like, don't use the tarot for that. And those kind of people, it's not that you have a moment, when you build a community and you're like, well, this was initially having some people asking for these things that I don't read about. Usually in TikTok, because there's a lot of people coming and going, you will get a lot of questions like that. And you will have to explain yourself, just like me with the future spouses readings. When people see K-pop and they see tarot, they are like, okay, I want to know about their future partner. I want to know when they're going to get married. I want to know about their soulmates. Because the content, there's some readers that do it, so they associate tarot reading with, I want to gossip inside, who they're dating and what they're, who they're going to marry and how it's going to be and how many children they're going to have and if it's now and when is it going to be, all about being very gossipy and invasive. And just like also playing with the reader, because that's the feeling that this is why I believe that if you put some boundaries to people, you are also taking care of yourself as a reader. And this is why I said about reading for idols or just reading on the internet. People wore you out. Like, this is the reality. And this is why some great content creators, some great readers, some great astrologers, sometimes they disappear off the internet because they're tired of dealing with the toxicity of people. So you have to be very, very careful in that sense. You have to have a strong system of what are your do's and your don'ts. Because if you don't know where you're standing as an interpreter of the tarot, if you are willing to just answer any questions because people pay you, then you are probably not going to end up very well, So I think that, and when I saw her, like, they were actually talking, and this is something that they do about the TikTok community. There's another tarot reader that did a TikTok, created a TikTok about how to spot a fake tarot reader. And she was making these very funny, exaggerated clips of certain things. That's what she considers fake tarot readers in the TikTok lives. And I seen it myself, and I actually, I kind of agree with what she said, because actually, like, I did watch some, I blocked them all, but they do come up. And for example, when she said something like, when they shuffle really fast and they pull, like, I don't know, 60 cards to tell you yes or no to a question. When they tell you something random and they're not even looking at the cards that they got. When they are, I don't know, they are, for example, eating, you know that I drink mate here, and sometimes I eat in here, but while I'm looking at the cards, I'm not doing it. But she was like, sort of like making these very funny interpretations of, like, for example, the tarot reader that has like very loud music in the background, and you're like, they're listening to reggaeton or they're listening to a very loud music, and they are like telling you the interpretation. And and then when they tell you that you have some kind of curse and that they want to sell you a candle and they want to sell you something, you know. And actually I did watch that, like, and it was funny. Like, I didn't take it seriously. But for this colleague of mine, she really got offended, and she also made another TikTok answering to this person and being like, you know, there's some of us that we do shuffle fast, and some of us we do, you know, the interpretations very fast, you know, and like, why are you judging us? We are not all the same. Like, you're talking bad about your colleagues. And so I feel that when you get into that point where you compare yourself, or you are constantly watching what the other reader is doing, I believe it gets very, very nasty. And that's when you lose the purpose of why you do what you do. You know, I think that, for example, here with K-pop, there's not many tarot readers that read about K-pop, but for me, what the others say, I don't know, because the tarot reading is so personal, and it's all about the now. This is why I'm like, you know, what I said while I was shuffling the cards, that's what I said. That's what I saw. You cannot come back like 2 days after and be like, oh, but did you also see another thing in the reading? I don't know. Once I put the cards away, I moved on. My energy, my memory, sometimes I remember some things, but sometimes I don't. And what I always tell you is that, yeah, we can watch as many tarot readings as we want, but there are some people that get fixated on certain interpretations. It's like, oh no, and they want to mix, because it's like they saw a video of mine and maybe they saw someone else's video and they're like, oh, but the other tarot reader, and they come to the channel to comment that, oh, because there's a tarot reader that said that this and this and this and this happened, but I believe you because you got something different and I think that you're right. And I'm like, but you know, this is not about, you know, like who is right and who is wrong. There's a reason why that person got that message back then. And what I read and see something else later. I can be wrong as well. Like, you know, but I don't know, and also the audience, I think that the audience, and this probably has to do with the maturity of the audience or maybe the communities, that they just love to bring the drama. They come and go with the message. They are like, you know what they did? Oh, you know what this other tarot reader did? And I'm like, I don't care, because I work alone, guys. I work with your recommendations, of course. You are like my source of ideas and inspiration. But at the end of the day, the one that is pulling the cards and getting the interpretation out is me. So I cannot take the time to see what the other tarot reader is saying. You know, I don't know, but I believe that probably in TikTok it's a bit more toxic because they mention each other's name or user and channel, and they go to each other's lives to argue or to defend the other one. I don't know. It's just messy, guys. And I'm like, oh, just let me in YouTube. That in YouTube I have 5 people watching me on my live, but I know that they are my people. So let me here instead of being over there with a bunch of strangers and just like people being toxic. You know, no, no. Yes, they disappear quite often on Tumblr. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I was a tarot reader, I would put banner behind me where is written your idol. Got divorced many times. Or won't even marry. Yeah, Marushka. Yeah. I think that also you have to be like that. You sometimes have to be a bit like when people ask you a lot of things, especially when you're just starting, to be a bit unlikable. You know, to be a bit like, no. Can you read about this? No. Do you read about this? No. Like, you know, to be that, you have to be that assertive. You have to know what you read and what you don't read. Because they will work, they will walk all over you if you let them have the readings that they want. If you let them they're, you know how they are. You know how they are. To be honest, these people don't understand tarot nor want it. So you're better off without them, even though it's hard to say. Yes, it's all about what they want to hear. Like you said, the drama and the gossip. Yeah, yeah. And you know that's sad because there's some part of the community that they are waiting for that content creator or they are waiting for that tarot reader. You know, so that's why, you know, I was talking to my colleague that today she got upset and she was like, I want to let people know that I'm not going to go on TikTok live anymore because I'm tired, because, you know, she was fed up. She was fed up. Today it was like, I'm sure she has another issues, maybe she has personal issues, you know, this is very demanding. But she, you know, and you know, I sent her a message and I was like, you know, I get you. I heard what you said, you know, and I think that it's great that you want to take a time out or you want to go to another platform. You want to go to another platform, like she has a huge community. She has a lot of followers, a lot of followers. On Instagram, she has a lot. She has a lot. And you know, that's the bad thing is that, yeah, you have the haters, but you also have people that are like, you know, oh, now I'm not going to see you live on TikTok at this hour, this day. You know, I was waiting for you to come out, you know. And that's the sad thing because of these nasty comments, you know, you sort of force the content creator or you force the tarot reader to also like create a distance, you know, and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But then there's others that are going to miss her content or her live streams. So this is what I think that is so sad because you're like, you know, the ones that really love you and want to see you, they will not be able to do so because of some other people, you know, and that's so sad. I'm new with tarot and it's so hard to say no to people. Yeah, I know, Alt. Yeah, it's a whole exercise. It's a whole exercise. But slowly you start putting some some restrictions, like, okay, I will read, but I will not read about this. I don't feel comfortable reading about this. I believe this is not good. I can help you, but my weekends I don't read, for example, or if I read from this hour to this hour. Like, organize yourself, because also tarot reading is very demanding, like energetically is very demanding, and also it's not that, for example, when I meet people in presence, it's not that the person, I just read the cards and that's it. I have to get ready like 2 hours prior, and also I have to get the place ready. I have to, listen to them before and after the reading. So it takes a lot of energy from us, because we have to be present, so yeah, you have to learn to administrate your energy and your time, because when you don't know how to say no, yeah, I'm saying they're lucky. I won't read, sorry, because I will explain how they Marushka, you make me laugh. Oh my God. Hey, Stray Kids, Pink Lover. Oh my. Okay, today I have 2 on my list, and they have the Intimate Fantasies for NCT Dream today. I have to do a reading for, is it Chungha or Chungha? I believe it's Chungha. Chungha, the soloist, and 80s Hongjoong collaboration. They want me to pull cards to see how they're doing, how they're going to do, how they feel about each other, or they think about each other. And then I'm going to do a 2024 tarot reading for Taemin, that I was actually waiting, I wanted to read for Taemin 2024 in Cancer season, but Cancer season is a few months away. So I better pull cards for him now, and then, Chungha. And then when it's his birthday, I'm going to read again. I'm sort of going to do the first half of the year and then the other one. And then for NCT Dream, I'm going to read for the members except Mark and Haechan, because Mark and Haechan I had read for them with NCT 127 Intimate Fantasies. So I will not repeat myself. And also, NCT 127 has 2 videos of Intimate Fantasies, because I did read for them with 2 different decks. So they're lucky. They cannot complain. They cannot say that, oh, I didn't see it. Oh, I didn't watch it. No, go look for it and watch it. Also, one thing that I noticed, guys, about TikTok audience is how lazy they are. How come people, I thought that people here on YouTube were a bit lazy about, oh, are you going to read about this? And I already did. But I think that nowadays people are a bit more investigative, so they sort of go through the videos and they're like, oh yeah, there's a reading there, I'm going to watch. And also, I leave the timestamps, guys. It's not that difficult. Like, I make it easy for you. You don't have to hear me 2 hours ranting. You can go straight to the timestamp. But in TikTok, it's hilarious how people are like, "Oh, can you read about this?" And it's on my page. It's on the, and I don't have that many videos yet because the page is new. They don't even bother to scroll. No, no. I'm gonna feel like you will be ready for kindergartens with Dream. Yeah, they are not in kindergarten anymore. Now NCT Wish is in kindergarten. They are the babies. NCT Dream has graduated. But yeah, guys, if you have another question, I don't know what happened in K-pop today, this week. I believe that we are covering everything because there's the usual SM drama. Well, now I'm going to read for Taemin, and it's funny because they're saying that Taemin and Onu that they are not going to resign with SM, and it's funny because that in the last live stream I pulled cards for Onu, so it seems like everything is connected, and then we heard the news, like. Can we ask why Taemin did not join Baekhyun agency or something along the lines? But are we sure we know where he's going? I mean, honestly, like I don't know much about about Baekhyun's agency, but from what I read last year, it does give me a vibe that it's still very fresh. It's still very fresh. Just like I get the same vibe for the Blackpink members, that everyone is like, oh, CEO this, CEO that, CEO this. And, I don't want to crush people's, excitement, but, for you to start a company, you need a lot of work. Like, you also need people in there, you need, it's great. We are happy that they are starting one, but the hard work that has to be put in there for this to make it work. So, it's like it's not you don't pay the taxes with a pretty face, so yeah. Yeah, then we can ask about this, about K and Minho decision, just say. Yeah, that agency, I don't know. That Big Planet, Big Planet BMP something, yes, I don't know. But he's going to be fun. He's going to be fun. I trust him. He knows, he knows, and I believe that everyone knows, like not everyone, but probably in the company, people know why he made the decision that he made. Something must have happened. Ah, I heard he's one of old SNCO's owner of this agency. Ah. Oh, wow. So everything is connected. Hey, Hope. Okay, then remind me, when I pull cards for Taemin, remind me of the other questions, Mariuszka, because I'm going to read for Chungha and Hongjoong first, collaboration. So yeah, for Chungha and Hongjoong of 80s, Chungha, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Hongjoong, if I'm not, apologize, and their collaboration. I went back to a reading that I did for him 3 months ago, and I got that he was going to collaborate with someone, but that he was a bit suspicious about it. He didn't trust entirely. Okay. For from Jungha's perspective, we have the Six of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Then from Hongjoong's perspective, we have the Page of Cups, beautiful, and Ten of Wands. And their connection as an overall and the potential future of this collaboration, we have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So, I think that I don't know why I get the vibe that looking at the cards, I get the vibe that these two have a lot in common, or at least the way they think about each other or the view that they have about each other is very similar. It's very similar. I think that Chungha sees Hongjoong as someone that is victorious, even though she can feel that there's a bit of nervousness in him, or maybe that he doesn't sleep that much. I don't know why I think that the Nine of Swords for Hongjoong is like literal. Probably the guy doesn't get much sleep, or when he gets inspired, he's just up at very late hours. And his whole maybe it's part of his creative process to not sleep, but at the end the guy comes out like a champion. So there's something about this that she's like, oh, he's like me because I work like that as well, or I am that intense myself. So she definitely sees him like the one that is like a warrior, a champion, someone that is victorious, even though inside maybe the guy is very nervous, the guy mentally he's not doing very well, or he's not like, there's something about him probably, I don't know, I think that she can sense that it's not about him being nervous because he's nervous to be with her or to hang out with her. I think that definitely she sees that he's a guy that has some, that is very, it's not that the guy is, it seems like his energy is very much up. When you drink too much coffee, like you're like you didn't get the proper rest, right? It has been a while since you had a proper rest, that you took a nap, that you slow down a bit, like I can see that you mentally are like a bit too excited, or a bit too connected, or a bit like too much, that it feels a bit like sad, because you're like, oh my God, like, you should go and get some sleep, like, we can fix this in the morning, or we can fix this the next day. And he's like, no, it has to be now. and no, it has to be in these conditions. I have to create. I cannot be interrupted. So she sees him, she admires like his resilience, and probably the guy is real, that maybe for him he works like that, he doesn't sleep, but he gets the ideas, or he's able to find what he's looking for inside his mind. And from Hongjoong's side, from her, he sees her like a very sweet lady, very sweet. He also sees, like, he feels that also she's very intuitive, and probably that she's able to see through him. He is very much aware that she can see through him. There's something about him being like, oh, she is very intuitive. She is very intuitive, like she's very sweet, she's very, she like her energy is very motherly vibe, and also she's very good at, sensing other people's energy. But then, yeah, she also has the 10 of Wands. So even though she can be sweet and she's like very nurturing and she's like very like just a loving person overall, she has her baggage as well. She has the 10 of Wands, also lets you know that he sees her like someone that also doesn't rest. Someone that probably doesn't give up. She feels she has a lot of responsibilities. Probably he notices this about her. He's like, how can she be so sweet and so loving and so welcoming when she has all these responsibilities and all this weight on her shoulders? How can she still remain loving and sweet when she has to bear with all these expectations and with all this pressure on her? And she definitely does it like a lady. She definitely does it like a lady, and it shows. It shows in her energy, that she smiles, and she probably is very gentle. But if you observe her, she is like the one that is always the responsible for others, or is the one that is like, okay, I will go and I will face the consequences, or I will go and I will do this for us. It seems like she supports a lot of people. I don't know if this is true, but from what I see, that Hongjoong is sort of sees her, like she is a woman that probably she had endured a lot, and she is still enduring a lot. So I don't know why I get that she provides for a lot of people. Does she have her own company, or does she have her own business, or does she hire herself her own people, like she pays them? Like, is she a business person? Because honestly, she doesn't come out here as a queen. I see her just like a page. So there's also, besides her being very sweet, there's also her being very humble. And this is something that probably for Hongjoong, he's a bit impressed. He is impressed in her because he's like, I don't know, maybe he sees her like a queen. He sees her like, oh, you are this person, you are this amazing soloist, like, and she actually acts like a page. She acts like, no, like, yeah, like, I'm just me. I'm just a simple worker. There's something about her, like, labeling her efforts, or maybe her successes, or her rewards, sort of like seeing it like, oh, it's nothing. It's like, oh, it's just me doing my job. And actually, you notice that she does a lot. Or at least she has endured a lot for the career that she has. And she still is. I believe that she's still carrying with a lot of responsibilities. But she still remains a nice, decent person, even though it seems like she's carrying a lot, and she doesn't get much help. Yeah, the collaboration, we have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So, yeah, with the collaboration, I think that it can go well. It can go well. But there's something here very, very that I'm like, like, is there a way that maybe people, when this come out, this collaboration comes out, maybe people will sort of like not understand the concept, or maybe some people will misinterpret the concept. Because I don't know why I feel like with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands is like something comes up, news comes up, like an interruption, something comes up. Because I feel that people are going to be like, oh, this, oh, wow, yeah, I don't know what to feel about it. You know, it's not that it's bad, but I think that people are going to slow down a bit about it and be like, I don't know what to feel about it. You know. Yeah, injustice. So, could they be accused of something? I don't know. It seems a bit, I wouldn't say it's negative, but I think that there's not much excitement maybe coming from the audience. But then with the Eight of Wands, it's like some news comes up or something is revealed about this. And maybe people are like, oh, this happened, or you did this. So people are going to find out about something. And I don't know why I get that the reactions will be very slow, like people not knowing what to think about it. So I don't know. Yeah, it does seem like this. I'm doing some research on her background online, and apparently people don't seem to take her music very seriously. Yeah, people seem like, oh yeah, this happened. Like, I think that they are a bit excited. Like things are moving very fast because Hongjoong is involved, and maybe because the 80s fans, you know, they are like sort of like making it come out to life, to life, the news, you know, and people talking about it. But then with the justice, it's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why, I don't know how to say it in English. I don't, because it's not indifferent. But here in my country, in Argentina, we say this like in Spanish, that when people don't have an opinion about something, is like we say that those people are being warm. Warm. Like in the sense that you are neither nor hot nor cold. You are in the middle. You are warm. So it's like you are in. You choose. You are not like nah. Like yeah. No. You are like there. That's the vibe that I'm getting. It's like I wanted to get more excitement, but exactly. Yeah. Tibios. She will inherit a Baekhyun tracks. People have so many money available to go and buy tracks. My God, the track person must be happy. But apparently she treats her staff and dancers very well. Yeah, I was reading for Chungha and Hongjoong. Okay. Um, let's read for Taemin 2024 then, guys. I'm going to write down the timestamps because let's see for Taemin. Okay. Let's see for Taemin 2024. Very beautiful reading for Taemin for 2024. We start, this is beautiful for Taemin. We start with the King of Cups. This is beautiful for him. I love it. Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Six of Swords. The Six of Swords also came up for Onyu the last time I read, so they definitely are in a transition. And the Strength card. And then from the Oracle, we have the card of Sun in Aquarius, Idealism. So if you want to know why he's leaving, it's because of his ideals. He's being idealistic. He is connecting a bit much more with his, he wants to expand. He probably has like a new ideal. He has a new ideal, a new view of what ideal means. And probably that's not in SM. He wants something different. This is why we have Sun in Aquarius. He's very rebellious. I want something new. I want something different. I want to go to different, taste different waters. Like definitely, like I want to, I want to move. I want to travel. I want to get out of here and see what's over there. Even if it's not like, oh, amazing, but at least I dared. I dare to get on the boat and go and sail somewhere else. He wants to experience this. Yeah, with the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, definitely for Taemin in 2024, there's this very majestic, he is a Cancer sun, so, him having the King of Cups also lets you know that he is very secure in himself. He's very secure in his energy. He's been very loving. He's been very inspired. He's been very open emotionally about what he wants to do in his life and about his decisions. He's very calm. He's very calm about this decision, but also he's someone that he already made his mind. You are not going to, there's no way people are going to. I think that they try to probably convince him to stay, but he's been very, very stubborn. He's like, I have achieved all this. I don't know if you see in this card the Four of Pentacles. Do you see this? This is like the person, hiding the Four of Pentacles is like holding on very tight to their coins. He's like, I'm holding on to my achievements, like this is, this is what I created, this is mine, I'm taking this with me. Like, there's no way, like, you cannot take away from me my achievements. I'm grabbing this, and this is good, this is what represents me, so with this, I'm going elsewhere. Like, and also in the middle, he has the Three of Cups, and I think that this is something that probably wherever he's going with people that he loves. He's definitely, I don't know if in the company there's people, because this card also came up for Baekhyun, when Baekhyun was planning on leaving or planning on, going somewhere, we didn't know back then where. But he also had the Three of Cups. So there was this feeling of like, okay, where I'm going, I'm going to hang out with my people, and I'm going to celebrate more, and I'm going to have an emotional connection with people that I really like. When you are hanging out with people that are very, very like, genuinely, they are very happy for your success, they are very happy for everything that you are going through, they are supporting you. And also this togetherness, this vibe of like, we are together, we are happy, we are celebrating. This is not to talk, I don't know how the environment in SM is, but probably he had felt through the years that this togetherness or this union, actually, it had been lost. It had been lost in a sense. There's no feeling of like, oh, we are celebrating. He feels like he was lacking this. It's like, I don't care if I have to go to a place where I only, it's just three people and me, or me and two others, like, just like hanging out in a small basement. But at least we are together, and we are happy for each other, and we are celebrating. I think that he just wants that. He wants to feel like, and this is something I also got for another person, and I don't remember who, but there's this vibe of feeling welcome. Like when you really enter a place as a coworker or as an employee yourself, and you're like, wow, I'm so happy I'm here. Like, because at the end is work, and at the end, that place, physical place, is the place where you spend most of your time. So there has to be a level of companionship and satisfaction. You have to have an emotional connection with someone in there. Someone has to be happy for you. And I think that there's something about, probably in the same lately, people had been very negative, or people had been not very supportive and transparent, even though they give you the money, they give you the prods, they give you what you need, they help you create this. Yeah, but where is the friendship? Where is the community? Where, like, I feel like you are not happy for my achievements. I feel like you really don't like me that much. And I don't want to go and work in an environment like this, in a place like this. It's not good for me. I cannot pretend like we are a happy family when I don't feel it. So he's like, I'm moving on. I'm moving on, and also the Six of Swords is like, yeah, I'm going, see ya, bye. And also with the strengths, it's like he's learning to, this year is all about him learning to be patient, him learning to adapt. Him is like, okay, where I go, probably it's not going to be that fancy. I don't care. I will adapt. I will adapt to whatever. I feel like he could have a bit of anxiety about the future. He could be a bit anxious. This is why we have the strengths card, because there's something about his emotional nature that from time to time, maybe he can get a bit anxious about the future or about new places or new circumstances. There's something about him wanting to go on an adventure, but then being like, oh yeah, but I actually want to go with people that I know. because I still feel a bit like, you know, I don't want to go alone. Or if you go with me, please make sure that this is a place that you know. You know, he still has his things. You know, he still has his things that he has to take into consideration when he steps into the unknown. He definitely needs the support, or he needs to trust the person. But he's going to become more brave, you know, he's going to become more brave. And this is something that for him is a huge step. But he's so excited. He's so excited. He already made his mind. So, you know, and also with, like I said, with the card of Sun in Aquarius, idealism, you know, there's this part of him just wanting. He has a different vision about, I don't know what the company vision is these days, but probably he's like, you know, I'm in this period of my life where what you guys are promoting, it doesn't resonate with me anymore. So I don't want to keep like, you know, promoting the company or promoting your values when I don't feel the same. I changed. I'm no longer a child, like I'm a king, you know, I'm a king, I am a mature person. So yeah, you know, I'm moving on. I'm moving on to another things. And I have this strong idealism. I have this strong view. You know, he's a changed man. He's not the same guy. You know, this is, and this is, I think that there's something with the Four of Pentacles, that he's like, you know, guys, you shouldn't be sorry for me. Like, you shouldn't feel sorry for me because I'm not a child. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to go and work with people that I really like, you know. The Three of Cups is one of my favorite cards. Yeah. Yeah, because it talks about not just community, but also about, yeah, togetherness. It's like, okay, let's do this together. Let's put our passions together. Let's celebrate. Like, let's celebrate each other. Like, you know, we are not competing. We are a team. And also, the Three of Cups also represents probably SHINee members. You know, being like, good for you. Great. I'm happy for you. He is very stubborn. He is very stubborn, yeah, because I see him holding on very tight to the Four of Pentacles. I think that this is, probably he had been very stubborn ever since he came back from the military, like about his ideas and his vision. And he had been very, very stubborn, like not letting it go, not letting it go. No, there are some things that maybe in the past he was flexible, and now he's not. Now he's not. Now he's not. Like, now he's not. It's like, and he's going to be petty when he goes. When he gets out of there, he's going to be petty. He's going to be like, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. I'm grabbing this, and I'm going. Bye. Like, I'm not leaving this for you for free. No, this is mine. I'm taking this with me. So, bye. Do you want a new one? Go buy it. I see him grabbing his things. This is why I was showing you the the Four of Pentacles. You know, because he's like, yeah, he is a Cancer sign, but at the same time, you know, Taemin is very possessive, and lately he has been very observant of his possessions. He's like, okay, I did this, I created this. This is mine. I bought this, so I'm taking this with me. He's going to be petty when he leaves. Do you want to see the dynamic between he and Baekhyun? And if it's true that Baekhyun, Baekhyun actually, like, what was it that the internet says? That Baekhyun influenced Taemin to VIVIZ. Okay, let's see these two. Baekhyun. He is the moon in Gemini. He is networking. He is networking. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Baekhyun and Taemin. Baekhyun and Taemin. And their connection. It's possible that Baekhyun could have said a few things. Like, I mean, I don't think that he directly is like, you know, you should do this and this. But I think that Baekhyun is like, look what I got. Ever since I'm not in there, look how I'm living. Him showing off, you know. Because for Baekhyun, we start with the Two of Pentacles. Definitely, the guy is like, you know, he's still not stable. That's what this doesn't mean that his company is not doing well, but he still is not that stable. It's just that he is like slowly progressing. And then we have the Empress. This is why I was laughing, because with the Two of Pentacles and the Empress, he's showing off. He definitely has showed off. He's showing off to Taemin. He was showing off to Taemin. He was like, you know, this is what I got. You know, ever since I'm out, you know, I got this and I got this. And from Taemin's perspective about Baekhyun, we have the Page of Wands and we have the Three of Wands. So definitely Taemin, with all these ones, I'm actually impressed, you know, that Taemin has all these ones in here, all this fire, all this desire. It's like, please tell me more, tell me how you did it and I'm going to do it, you know. But I think that it has to do with the timing. I think that, honestly, I don't think that Baekhyun has influenced Taemin. I think that Taemin already was or is in the way of making the decision. He is already unstoppable. This is why I get that it's not that the guy was just, you know, clueless about his decisions and all of a sudden there comes Baekhyun, you know, being all communicative and expressive and telling you details about his new life. No, I think that also Taemin, it seems like he got out of his comfort zone and he had been like educating himself, or he had been finding different options and talking to different people. You know, I see him very relentless. Like the guy is in a hurry. He's really out. He's already out, I would say, of the company, because he's really in a hurry. He's like, okay, like, I have no patience. I want to get out now, you know. And the relationship of them all, we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So, yeah, definitely there's a lot of love and admiration coming from them. They really love each other. There's like, they are like really there for each other. It's just that this probably has to do with the media, you know, with them. The Nine of Wands is this person, you know, being all hurt, but standing their ground nevertheless, even though they get, this could be literally Baekhyun, you know, being somehow involved in this, or you know, having to deal with some, you know, nasty comments or consequences to his image because of this. But he's still standing strong. He's like, okay, whatever, say what you want to say about me. I think that they both are so happy for each other. I definitely can see them like having this very emotional communication where it's like, I'm happy for you. I'm happy, and whatever you need, like, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. It's just that I think that there's something about them slowly like recovering from this, because this is not like, this is something, this decision has its consequences, and of course that you're not going to see them talking about it. But the beginning, when you leave a company, is not that glamorous, and things don't happen that fast. Even if you think that, oh, because they already have a career, they already have this, they are going to face certain challenges, and probably this is what Baekhyun is like, sort of like inviting Taemin to get comfortable with the idea that there could be some backlash in the future, or there could be some obstacles, or maybe just like some not so favorable news about him. All of a sudden, there's some news that comes about Taemin, and some things that you be like, really, this is done on purpose, really, like you are dragging Taemin's name after he left. Like, I think that probably from Baekhyun's perspective, it's like you win the freedom, but at the same time, they are going to make it difficult for you. You are going to have to be very strong. Like, we can be strong together, because definitely there's a sense that I think that what is changing and what I see in here is that there's a lot of love available, a lot of like I don't have the money, like I don't have material gain to share with you yet, but what I do have is that I do have my love for you, and I do, like, I think that there's more and more nowadays, more artists, active artists, that are leaving their companies, and they are sort of seeing not only the hardships, but they are also seeing that it's possible to keep working even if you leave such a huge company like that, and that they can still have a career, and that they can still collaborate with people, they can still like hang out with others, and they can still be seen with the members and doing things for the group and doing things for them. Like, there's this a feeling of acceptance. There's this feeling of like, okay, the ones that we are living, we are no longer the underdogs. We are no longer living in the shadows. Like, maybe in the future, this was not in the future, in the past, this was it was very negative. Like, people see this like, oh, you're betraying your company after everything that they did for you, and you're leaving them, and now there's this sort of like a web of comfort, where you're like, okay, like, I'm here for you. I went through the same, and I got your back. Like whatever you need from me, I'm going to help you. Like, do you need someone to talk to? I'm here for you. Like, do you need this? I'm here for you. Do you need my advice? I'm here for you. Like, me, the human, me, the fellow artist, I'm here for you. You are not alone. You are not alone. This is why he has, from Baekhyun perspective, you have the two of Pentacles, and you have the Empress. Because even though he is still in the process where he's not like the guy is already established in his company, like he's still working on it, but he feels like an Empress. He feels like, like growth is, and expansion is possible. And I feel like I'm abundant because I have freedom. I have autonomy. I am the creator of my own destiny. So I feel abundant. I feel like, I'm blossoming. I feel like everything is a possibility. And I feel happy. So yeah. That's what happens to people who brag. So they show off too much. Baekhyun is just like me. We are all Baekhyun. We are all Baekhyun. We really are. Oh. And you wanted me to pull cards for Key and Minho, why they are staying in SM. Okay. Key, Minho, SM. Okay, from Key's perspective, we have the Ten of Swords. Oh, very heavy for Key, from Key's side. And the King of Swords. And from Minho's perspective, we have the Five of Swords, a lot of swords, and the Nine of Cups. And then the relationship with the SM, we have the Seven of Swords. So definitely this has to do with information. Either they have dirt on SM or SM has dirt on them. But it's like, this is about knowledge. This is about knowledge. I definitely don't think that they're staying because they're happy in SM. Definitely, there's no happiness in here. There's no like, oh yeah, I love it here. Like, I want to be here. No. It's more about pride. It's more about like, you know, I suffer here. Like, it's a bit sadomasochistic, it sounds. Like, I suffer here. Especially from Key's perspective, it's like, you have no idea how much I suffer being here. So I'm not leaving. But if I'm staying, you better treat me like a king I am. You better treat me like a king. His conditions are very... He probably is going to have like a leadership. He probably is going to have, Key is going to have like a role, a leadership role, something. Yeah, definitely Key wants something important. He wants something important. He wants his name on some projects. He wants his ideas to be heard. He wants to be a CEO, or he wants to be like a manager. He wants to be like the boss of the bosses. And he's like, I want this and this and this. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think that from all the sources that I get in here, there's something about them also being very cold about it. This is why I'm like, they're not staying because there's like an emotional bond with the same. No. It's more like, okay, I gave you my conditions and you somehow say yes to what I asked, so I'm staying, I guess. But a lot of suffering. Honestly, like a lot of suffering. Like, there definitely seems like they went through a lot in SM, but they're staying. I think that it's a way to sort of make up with the past. You know, there's this feeling of like, you know, I suffer a lot here, so you know, somehow like I'm not giving up because, you know, like they want to be the last one standing. There's something about a pride, you know, there's something about like, if this place falls, I want to be here to see it with my own eyes. I think that there's a bit of anger, there's something, there's a resentment, there's something, like I'm staying here because I want to see certain things happen. So also for Minho, the Five of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Another one that he had very nasty, he had a lot of things to say to the people that run that place, but they also met his wishes, his demands. They also met his demands because he has the Nine of Cups. So he's like, okay, yeah, I want this. I want this. And they are like, okay. And I think that he was like you know, in a very heavy argument with people until they agree to give him what he wants. But yeah, he was also very combative about it. He was also very aggressive. You know, it's like, I want this and this and this and this. Yeah, also with the Seven of Swords, see, is I think that honestly, if they stay, I don't see loyalty. You know, I don't see like, I see them like being part of SM, but also like looking at other companies from now on, from, you know, like being here, but also like being best friends with the enemy or being best friends with the other company, and like probably talking to, you know, and also being with Onu, being with Taemin, and sort of being like aware of what's going on in different companies. You know, it's like I see that the guys are not, they are just like not clear about their status in the company. I think that they are being very strategic about it. They just want the best for themselves. They just want to get the best of the opportunities for themselves individually. So yeah, this is why they're staying. But it's not because they love SM and they, no. They are not going to be loyal at SM. They are going to leak information. Like, I hope SM is not watching this because I'm spilling the tea for what, how Minho and Ki energetically how they're feeling, but they are feeling like, you know, like, you know, I could do this and do this and do. But I get very revengeful vibes. I definitely get the vibe that they want, they are like, if this falls, I want to be here. So something is going on. Something is cooking. And they are like, I have to stick around for this. I have to see it with my own eyes. Yeah. It's just that whatever they're planning, you have to be very cold and detached, like they are being right now. Because if I think about Onu and I think about Taemin's energy, remember that Onu has this more like he's been feeling very spiritual. You know, I said this when I talk about Onu's energy last week. He is a moon in Cancer, and Taemin is a Cancer sun and moon. So for them to leave what it seems like it was their home and their childhood and where they come from, it really, something ugly must have been going on. That they were like, I'm going to go and build my own history elsewhere because in here I'm done. Because they are very emotional guys, and I think that's also, I think that it's okay for them to get out of SM. If things are going to start to get ugly in there, I would be more comfortable with someone like Taemin and someone like Onu, that they are much more like, sentimental. I would prefer them to be separated from there. Because Key and Minho, both of them have like very strategic vibes. They have that vibe. They can endure the pressure or the drama, or maybe some ugly things. Something is going on in there. Something is going, or something is about to happen, and they know it. And you have to have this sort of warrior mindset. And Minho and Taemin and Onu are artistic people. They are in there. If they stay in there, they are going to get bitter because they are going to absorb like a sponge. They're going to absorb all the bad vibes that are in there. And I already told you guys, when I read for SM, I already told you that place is heavy. Like something new is coming this year, probably for the better because they got the card of healing. So I guess something new is coming. But at the same time, in the meanwhile, that place is not okay. There's a lot of bad vibes in there, and honestly, I'm not someone that talks about vibes and energy, but from what I'm getting from the cards, it's better to stay out of it. It's better to stay out. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with the intimate fantasies for NCT Dream, and I need the names of everyone except Mark and Haechan, because I read for Mark and Haechan already in the NCT 127. So if you're a fan of them, go to those lives in the live stream and you will see them. But I need the others, guys. If someone can give me their names so I don't forget. I know their names, but I don't want to forget some. Like, I don't want to forget a member, people. Who is it? We have Renjun, Chenle, Jaemin, Jeno, and that's it, right? Jisung. Let's see, I was forgetting about Jisung. Okay, Jaemin, Jeno, Chenle, Jisung, and Renjun. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to start with Jaemin. Jaemin Intimate Fantasies. Okay, we start with the free, not the free, the Empress. The Empress. The Strengths. I never seen this card. This was, I was like, The Strengths. And Ace of Cups. So, wow. I think that first of all, his fantasy is to be adored. You know, he got the card of the Empress, so definitely he wants to be like, he wants to be adored, like he wants to be treated like royalty. Also like he wants to be, yeah, he wants to be like you know, I don't want to say like a queen, but there's something about like, oh, praise my body, or praise the way I look, or look, I'm so, like, you are surrendering to me because I'm so beautiful. And also I'm laughing because I have the Strengths card in here. So I think that part of his actually his fantasy is to be able to be potent, to be very strong, very efficient, probably thinking about like this lasting all night long, if it's like a night thing. I think he's very proud, like he would be very proud. His fantasy is for this to last all night long, or for him being strong for a lot of time. Like there's something about durability, or him just being very, very potent, him being very like, you know, very strong. He wants to be the best in this sense. And also with the Ace of Cups, I don't know, there's something about him also probably, and also with the Empress, I don't know why I'm thinking about pregnancy. I'm thinking about a pregnant, maybe getting someone pregnant, or just thinking about having children. Like, I think that there's something about Jaemin that it's very like masculine, and I don't think that these are like fantasies. I think that it's about him asserting like how dominant he is, or how good he is of a lover, and how he can be very consistent, how he's very passionate and he doesn't give up. Yeah. Yeah, like it does give me this, you know. And also with, if I think about the Ace of Water, the Ace, and I think about water, and I think about the Ace of Cups, he probably is like thinking about, you know, the woman always be ready for him. You know, if I think about the Ace of Cups, and I think about the cup, you know, that the cup is like, you know, a vessel is like the woman's body, someone very receptive, someone that is like water, you know, someone that is always, you know, receptive towards him, and him always being strong in that sense. And probably I think that he's a bit obsessed with, you know, having a certain consistency with, he's a bit obsessed with his member. Because I don't know if you can Google it, guys, if you can Google the Manara Tarot deck, and if you Google the Strengths card in the Manara Tarot deck, you will see what I mean. There's, literally, there's like there's a part in there, and there's a woman holding on very tight to it. So I think that for him, it's all about potency. It's all about him being the man. Him always being ready, like him being very strong. Him. It's all about. He probably has a bit of like. He has an obsession, I would say, with that. He has a bit of an obsession. He probably is like, I should be able. He's probably a bit obsessed with size as well. Potency and size. But yeah, he also has a part that is very sweet, that probably he wants to be praised in his body. He, yes, he looks like a tree. Yeah, at first I was like, I when I saw the card, I was like, is this a tree? Yeah, I thought the same. I thought the same. When I was like trying to cover it, I was like, no, that's not a tree. But yeah, I think that he wants to be praised by that. And also with the Empress, there's a part of him like he probably he has a fantasy. I don't know if he goes around in the dorms naked, and there's something about him being naked, that he just loves his body very much. And he's like, my fantasy is to be naked 24/7. And, but he's also very, like, there's a part of him that, yeah, he's very masculine, but there's also a part of him that he's like very baby girl in that sense. Like, he's like, oh, look at my beautiful body. Like, look, him passing like close to you so you can check him out. Him like, did you look at me? Did you get a good look at me? He's someone that he's like, keep your eyes on me. I just like, I think I look sexy now. So, he's very much in there. It's like, for him, is cute. It's not about him being egotistic or just being self-centered. It's more like, look, I'm beautiful. Like, do you love me like this? Do you like it? What do you like about me? So yeah, he just wants someone like this. Someone also, a woman that is always, in this I see a woman because of the Ace of Cups. And I think that he wants someone that is always ready for him, because, he wants to, he probably considers that he has a size of his parts that is very generous, and he probably feels like, he's always very passionate, and he always wants to do it. So he's like, I want a partner that is very receptive to my needs. When I want to, she has to be very willingly and very happy, and just, very glad that I'm here and that I have this, No, he's cute. He's cute. He's cute, actually. He's cute because he's not forceful. He's not forceful. It's not him like being, like awkward. Like, it's just that he just he wants to show off, but he wants to show off in private. It's not like because, there's cards in here that there's like a lot of voyeurism, or there's like a lot of people doing it in public places. But for him, it's more like, no, when I'm on my own with my person, So he is very modest, even though we see that he got the Empress, But yeah, with the Empress, probably there could be something about, fertility as well. Marushka is our Leo resident in here. I believe she's the only one. She's the only Leo we have in the community. I thought you were such. No, Hope is Sagittarius. And tonight I'm going to pretend I'm only Aquarius rising. Okay, Jeno. Jeno Intimate Fantasies. Okay. Jeno. With Jeno, we have a Queen of One, a King of, no, a Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Um, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. And five, Five of Pentacles. Um, why is this so sad? Like, what is going on? What is also with all these swords? Yeah, probably he has a thing probably for I don't know if he feels like when I think about the Queen of Wands, not a Queen of Wands, a Queen of, because here it says Queen of Air, so I always get it confused. A Queen of Swords, I think that he definitely finds very attractive someone that is very, it seems like the person is very outgoing or very like free spirit. Someone that is, doesn't get emotional. I think that his fantasy is definitely, but he has a woman, like he has a type. And I think that probably he has a thing for the detached person, for someone that seems very cold, like probably that they feel like they are superior to him. In this sense, with the Nine of Swords as well, and with the Five of Pentacles, I get that there's something about him feeling like he's not deserving of this woman. So there could be a bit of his fantasy being a bit submissive to someone that he really admires, or a kind of woman that is his type, or maybe he sees that this woman is like unreachable. You know, this woman is out of his league, you know, because she is a queen and because she's very outspoken. And I see her like being a bit bossy, you know, someone that doesn't hide, you know, her opinion, someone very, like someone that has no pity for men or for others, is like, okay, like you want me, like, and also someone that is a bit like you know, flirtatious, and that shows off a bit, and is like, okay, I know you want me, but I'm going to make you suffer, so with me you're going to be miserable. So I think that he probably has a sort of fantasy of being submissive, or just feeling a bit hopeless, and a bit like a victim. There's something about him feeling like a victim in here. This was, I was like, with these cards, I was like, is this what your fantasy about? Like, he feels like I think that he wants like he wants someone to get in his mind and sort of mess with his mind. You know, he's like someone that I see every day, or someone that now she talks to me, now she ignores me. Now, you know, every time I hear her voice, you know, she tells me to do something, I go running towards her, you know, because I feel like you know, I'm not deserving of her attention or her looking my way. So I go like a puppy, you know, and I follow her around. And also with the five of Pentacles, there's something about him feeling like he doesn't deserve her, or he doesn't deserve, like he has to kneel before her. You know, it's like I cannot even look at her in the eyes because she is a queen and I'm just like a simple man. You know, I don't deserve her. I don't have enough. You know, probably a bit masochistic, I would say. You know, he loves to feel like he's not good enough for her, you know, but he still wants her. You know, there's an attachment in here. There's like, she could be like my biggest fantasy and my big nightmare at the same time. So yeah, like I swear, like like it's a bit tragic. I didn't expect this for Jeno. I thought that with his Sagittarius moon, I thought that I would be getting something a bit more happier. Yeah, maybe he has a woman in mind. That Queen of Swords, maybe someone that he knows, or just someone famous, or just I don't know, his favorite actress, or someone that acts very cold and very detached, but it's so beautiful and it's so sexy for him. But it's someone that is like, no, no, you cannot have me, you know. And he just finds it very sexy. He wants to be tortured. He wants to be tortured. Like there's something about him wanting to feel like he doesn't mind to feel like he's not worth it of her. The five of the Five of Pentacles is feeling rejected, is feeling left out in the cold. Like you are definitely like someone that you are worthless. You next to her you are no one. You have nothing. He probably loves to suffer. I think that it's very interesting because if we think about, because this is not relationship, this is a sexual fantasy. So probably it has to do with him sort of maybe wanting a bit of pain in the connection, like wanting to suffer a bit, to get someone. He probably finds that very hard, for him to be a bit like, oh, this is so difficult, like I'm suffering here, but she just remains distant, she doesn't give in, and he's just in there waiting for her, and it seems like it's forever. Okay, Chenle. Okay. Oh, Chenle also got a Queen of Swords. So she's very famous, very popular with the Dreamies. Chenle. Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, but this is a bit much more loving, and Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, I think that he also fantasizes with someone that is very cold, someone that is like this cold queen, but very beautiful. She's like a leader. She's like, much more mature, experienced. But also with the Two of Cups, there's this, he wants to melt her heart. There's something about his fantasy being romantic. It's like, okay, you want to play hard to get, or you want to play like you are cold and like you don't feel anything, and that you don't get attached to people, and that you don't do well in relationships, or okay, I will show you that I can make you fall in love with me. So there's something about him having this very emotional nature of possessing the other person. Is like, I can make you feel something for me, even if you resist, like I can make you feel, I can make you fall for me. So this is about him having this very emotional, more than sexual. I think that is more like emotional. I think that probably at the beginning, like there's something about him in appearance, or maybe when he fantasizes about someone, his ideal or his person is like that woman that also makes him feel like he knows nothing about sex, or he knows nothing about seduction. A woman that looks like well prepared, that is much more intelligent, that also is much more daring and much more like in control of her sexuality. So I think that probably, you know, it makes sense that they have these fantasies where, you know, they are like, you know, it would be easier for me to fantasize about someone that already has experience instead of fantasizing with someone that doesn't know what they're doing. You know, this is why this is a fantasy reading, because it makes sense that they fantasize with this Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is like the one that is like, this is just sex, you know, this is just pure sexual encounter, or this is, you know, me seducing you, or me being seducting with you, and me doing all these things to you and feeding into your imagination. But, you know, at the end, when you wake up, like, I'm gone, you know, this will never happen. But yeah, part of his fantasy is this, is to have this emotional bond. And also with the Seven of Pentacles, there's something about this that also, if you notice, it is Saturn in Taurus. There's also this naked lady that she's sort of a nun. She's in a convent. She's a nun, and she's like giving pleasure to herself. While she's supposed to be studying. So I think that there's something about him, like, you know, probably his fantasy is like, you know, I have this potential. I can be a better lover for you. I can make you fall in love with me. I can actually study and be better at this. So, you know, and I can make you fall in love with me through sex. So there's something about him having also this fantasy of like, okay, I dream that, you know, this tough lady, that she knows everything and that she has all the experience, that she chooses me, or that she falls in love with me. And also like he sees himself like him studying and putting a lot of effort into pleasuring her. You know, there's something about him sort of having also this very humble part in his fantasy, where he's like, you know, for this kind of person, I need to improve all the time, or I need to be patient, and I need to work on myself, and I need to practice more, and I need to do this, you know, because I want her to fall in love with me. So a lot of hard work. Him thinking about work in a sex fantasy, like in the sense of putting the effort and studying and practicing. That is very interesting that he has the same girl with, or the same queen with Jeno. Okay, Jisung. Wow. Jisung got a lot of fire. Jisung got a lot of fire. He is probably the most passionate one of all of them so far. We start for him with the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the the 10 of Wands. So yeah, another one like 10, he probably has fantasies about makeup sex, or, you know, just having a very strong and heated argument with a partner, and then having, I think that his fantasy is, he definitely is a teaser, because the seven of swords shows someone showing off, like sort of like a woman lifting up her skirt actually, and showing it off like in in the night, probably there's some people like looking at her, and she's like, okay, do you want to see? Like here. But also with the Five of Wands, I think that he is someone that he has a fantasy of other females fighting for him and for his attention, and him being in the middle of this attention. And probably like, yeah, he having a lot of options, but also making his special someone jealous. There's something about him mixing emotion with aggression. There's something very like very strong in Jisung's fantasy, that he's like, I have this very strong and passionate desire, and I think that there's something, I don't know why, maybe he sort of fantasizes that when he is with the person that he likes, that because he is part of the industry, or because he's a guy that he's very desired in his real life, he probably thinks like, oh, if I had a girlfriend, my girlfriend like wouldn't like if I show skin on stage, or she would get upset, and we would argue, and then we would have sex, to sort of make up, and then, since this feels good, I want to do it again, so yeah, I will provoke another, just having another argument or another discussion so we can get passionate again. So there's something about him probably thinking that confrontation and sort of frustration can get into a good, a good sex life. And I think that this is not correct, but probably because he's very young, maybe he's like, I think that the guy is very emotional. He sort of mixes a bit, his fantasies or his sexual needs with how he feels. But there's something about him, because I see all these people surrounding him, and him like excusing himself, him being like, I don't go around looking for other people. Like, I'm not going around and looking for other people to look at me or to want to be with me, or, people just come to me. I have plenty of options, or maybe, there's a lot of girls that want me, but he always goes back and excuses himself to this special someone, probably in the privacy of a home or in the privacy of an encounter. So I definitely think that this is a guy that probably he has this conflict. Like, there's a part of him that he's like, I could have a lot of women if I wanted to experience this. Actually, I see a lot of women fighting for him, so maybe sometimes he dreams about it, but maybe it happens in real life, that he has a lot of girls like around him, not fans, but probably, just girls wanting to get to know him or wanting to talk to him, or just having like a lot of propositions from girls. And him actually being like, I'm only interested in one. I actually I have a person, I have someone that I like. But I think that every time we talk, or every time, we have a connection, she gets upset at me, she gets angry at me because I get all this attention. So definitely is very interesting, I'm looking at that because my cat is trying to open the window and they cannot open it because it's closed. But it's very interesting, this sort of mix. He opened it. My cat opened the window, sorry. Oh my God, there's nothing that the cat cannot do. Oh my God. Well, but I see this very angry energy. So I wonder if in his fantasies or in his unconscious, he mixes like his desires with being angry. There's something in there. There's something in there. There's something in there that I'm like, And also I hope that this doesn't reflect in his life, him like having like arguments, I know he is in Mars in Aries. I know he's a Mars in Aries. I believe someone told me that he's a Mars in Aries. So that's why it makes sense that he has all these fiery cards. You know, it's like he probably, you know, his fantasy has to do with confrontation or with having an argument, you know, just getting very, very aggressive, and then this turning into something sexy, you know, but I don't know. Renjun. Yeah, I know someone told me it had the same placements, and also I believe Samara also, she told me that she has the same placement as them. So I remember that Mars in Aries. So there's like like you know, a mix of like people being aggressive with me, and at the same time like me trying to give it like a sexy or a sexual, like there's a desire, but there's also a lot of anger, so you know, feeling attacked. Yeah, so it's like okay. For Renjun, we start with the free of wands, then the star, and 8 of pentacles. So could it be that his fantasy is that he wants to be like, you know, a porn star or something like that? He wants to be the best. Like there's something about him being like, you know, I want to be a star in this. I want to be the best of the best. And it's like, you know, but I think that at first he's like, he has the fantasy of doing it in public places, because if we see the free of wands, there's someone sitting in there and there's like a woman on top of them, you know, and she's naked, so you know, and he's like, oh wait, you know, we shouldn't do this here, like the girl is ready, and he's like, oh wait, you know, maybe this is so I think that there's a bit of shyness coming from him, you know, in his fantasy. He's like, I don't know if I would do that, because he's very shy. But with the free of wands, there's something like, I really love the spontaneity in sex. So yeah, he's an Aries. So there's something about him also acknowledging that he has desires, and that if he feels a desire and if he has like a partner that also feels it too, he would be very happy. So I think that he definitely probably fantasizes about the spontaneity of like, okay, I have someone, and he also probably fantasizes about someone that is willing to do it with him, you know, even very different from the others that suffered, you know, admiring or obsessing over someone at distance. No, for Renjun it's more like, no, I want the person like to show me that they really want me, and that they have a sort of urge that they cannot wait to get home to be with me. Like they want to do it in there where we are. They don't care, and I don't care either. So, you know, there's something about him fantasizing about it and being like, you know, I want someone very spontaneous that, you know, we just, you know, we have desires and we do it, and we do it because we feel like it, and then yeah, then we'll think about the consequences, if there are consequences. But yeah, with the star, I think that he definitely wants to be praised for being the best. This is why I was thinking, like, does he want to be like a porn star or something like that? In his fantasies, he wants to be like the one, or he wants to be very popular, or he wants to be praised, you know, for just being. I think that for him also it has to do with potency, or also it has to do with him, you know, it's like, oh, I'm so attractive, or I'm so good at this that you know, that they are just obsessed to be with me and they don't care, you know, they just want to do it, and I inspire that in people. So I want to be that lucky in sexual relationships. You know, he probably thinks that there's something about him feeling lucky if he has like sex all the time, or if he fantasizes with having it available always, you know, even in the most random places. So I think that for him it's like this. It's about being an adventurous person and also having an adventurous partner. You know, I think that probably his fantasy is about like not having someone that is shy and him always having to be the one that initiates. No, he wants someone that is just as passionate and wild as he is, you know. But also with the Age of Pentacles, that is Sun, Sun in Virgo, there's a bit of a part of him that he's like, you know, I should practice more. You know, I should work more. Instead of just relying on me being a star or me being beautiful and popular, you know, I should study more. I should be like much more perfect in that sense. So yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because the constructor works came in today now. I'm looking at them, so I'm going to cut and I'm going to thank you so much, guys, to be here. Thank God I finished the reading because I cannot imagine myself talking about this while we are talking. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.